Hey everybody, this is Tales Off the Holotables, the one YouTube show about Star Wars Galaxy of the Heroes where I make everything up and you probably shouldn't watch. I am here today with K8gaming, who for weeks I've been calling K8gaming, and please don't do that because that's just me being a dick. Um, how are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. And if you say K8, it's fine. I
I think
won't
Kate
judge
is
you too
better.
harshly.
I sometimes I have like post-its over here and I didn't have to do that today. I was like, this will be easier. If it's Kate, it's so much easier for me. Um, I when I do these interviews, or not interviews, these conversations, I always find that I do like these huge intros about people, and then I go, oh, wait a second, I'm supposed to let them talk too and talk about themselves, and I fudge it up. So this is the first time where I actually asked somebody how they were doing pretty early on. So I think I'm evolving as a person, which is nice.
No, you're good. You can try and go off on a tangent. It's okay.
I can go off on any tangent you want, pick a topic. My wife and I, we were just watching The Bachelor. I am not on the Love is Blind. I haven't seen Tattoo Ink Masters in a very long time. Um, that makes me look bad because all I do is watch reality TV. So I I was introduced to you through Bones, who gave me a list of his favorite people, and you were on that list. And I was like, oh, let me reach out to her.
Oh, geez. I just make fun of
I,
him the whole time for not
I do
having Bad
too.
Batch and stuff like that.
So he and I actually made a bet on
Oh, geez.
Sunday,
Okay.
and he's been ribbing me because I don't R9 my Jedi Master Luke, and I refuse to do it. Um,
Okay.
and he won't do Bad Batch. So I told him that if he farms his Bad Batch team up by September 30th to R5, I will Relic 9 my Jedi Master Luke on the same day. So he might do it. I don't, I'm not sure.
There's no excuse for not having Bad Batch
They're
up
great
at
to
this
me.
point. They're all accelerated farms. I
I
mean,
think
am I going to judge you for not having a R9 JML? Maybe a little bit, but you could always just say I don't have the materials. I don't know.
so. So I have right now, I'm on the road to R9 Gungans. So I have
I feel
enough.
like I saw that.
You definitely saw that. I saw you popped in on Sunday, and I was like, oh crap, I have to get back to her. Um, I have enough materials to R9 him. You don't have like that sticking point character where you're just like, fuck you, I'm not doing it. No, you just do
Not
whatever.
really. Yeah. I mean, I got no room to talk right now. Like my guild could see I brought up a Kit Fisto yesterday to R5. Like
For Rise of the
just
Empire,
cause. No, just cause.
just to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I hear that, I mean, that Datacron is supposed to be good, right?
I
So
saw
at least, you
that and
know.
I was like, all right, he's been on my list to do eventually for a while. So I was like, I'll just do it. I did Jedi Knight Guardian the other week. Like I just
Because or for Zepho?
not just cause.
Just because. Okay. Before Gungans, I was doing that. I've been like trying to find every team that can auto in Rise of the Empire.
Okay.
And I can auto every node, but I'm trying to find it for other people too. So before Gungans and that were announced, I did the same thing. I brought Kit Fisto up because I was like, let me just see. Let me see what's going on here. Um, I was on this train of just relicking random characters just for the hell of it to make the game more fun.
Yeah.
But now I feel like I'm in that bind of I can't use anything. I can't use anything for anything right now. Um, but when it comes to Kit Fisto, I'm kind of pissed off at how crappy he is in game because like he's one of my favorite Star Wars characters. He's just so silly and ridiculous. He's
Yeah.
got that big doofy smile on his face.
Yeah. That's how I feel about a lot of the Galactic Republic characters.
All
Like
of
the
like the early.
early, yeah, like the early on ones that never got a rework or they did and it didn't do anything for them.
I I was expecting to get, it's been, what was it? Poggle was probably the last one. I was expecting to get more Omicrons for older characters, and I
Hmm.
thought that Galactic Republic would kind of be where that would happen,
Yeah.
with with Kit Fisto, with Eth Koth, with I'm a Gundy. None of these characters are characters that I know off the top of my head. I was just literally in game 3 minutes
Oh
ago.
my God.
Um, I'm like one of those closet nerds
Okay.
that can kind of pass out in public.
Okay.
You know, like I wear like regular plain ass t-shirts and I only like know surface level things of most things, and I have friends who can quote every movie ever, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, even though I've seen it 10 times.
Yeah, no, I feel like I'm the same way.
But what I wanted to say before I was not so rudely interrupted, um, I had been looking at your stuff. First of all, the Bounty Hunnies is a great name.
That
I love
was
it.
totally a mistake, like on my part.
How so?
Oh God, that was like had to be in 2020, 2021, like back when Llama was still around and we would stream a lot together. And I was, it was the first hype train I ever got on Twitch. So
Okay.
it's like one of those, I'm like, I don't know what to do, like, still very new to all this. And I was just talking to chat, and it's like you kind of get like a little bit emotional. But I had just gotten a spray tan that day because it, like, I forget what I was, something with my bridal, something, something bridal
So you
related
got
I was
married in
doing.
2020?
Yeah,
Okay.
Halloween.
Do you, oh, okay. So we got married 2019 in on the 12th of October.
Oh, okay.
So like just before you guys.
Yeah, we got hit with the COVID and the whole, like, what are you doing with your wedding? Yeah, tons of fun. But I had the like spray tan on, I just got it, and they're like, you can't like sweat or cry or anything. So I'm like trying to like hold it together. And it just like slipped out as I was just randomly talking. And Llama's like, yeah, that's actually a really cool name. Like, let's run with it. So
I saw the Discord. I was like, oh wow, that's really clever. Like
yeah,
I
it used
enjoyed
to
it.
be like four of us,
Mhm.
but then like kind of everybody went on with their lives and doing a whole bunch of other stuff. And I was the only one who ended up still streaming. But
Mhm.
even like, as you've probably seen, that's pretty much dropped off.
Well, that's what I had messaged you about originally, right? I was like, well, I haven't seen anything lately, and then I tried to do a deep dive,
Yeah.
like a Sean Evans Hot Ones style, like let's see what I can find, and
Might have been hard.
I found a Kate Gaming Instagram.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
I found the Discord, I found the Twitch, I found the YouTube, and I was like, oh man, like it's been at least a year and a half, 2 years. It's just burnout.
It was a mix of things. So like I think my last stream was it had to, I know it was October of last year. So there's a lot of stuff that happened in life since then.
Hmm.
But around that time, like I was actually like I run two accounts. So I have like
Hmm.
my original account, which is like completely free to play. Um, I'm actually in a guild with my dad. Like
Okay.
that's the main reason that's still kept alive, and it's just like a chill, fun account. And then I have Dialer's account from when he retired. So I actually played in like the gauntlet for like probably a year and a half. So around October, I dropped out of the gauntlet and moved into just regular MC3. So I play with like
Hmm.
Ranger and Karth and all them, which is a lot more, a lot more chill
Relaxed,
than,
right?
yeah, because I played in like Mall 2 for a bit. And then I played in Mall Vanguard. Like when Vanguard came over to Mall, I played in them. So I was with Heinze and all them. It's
I
just totally different.
when people see me on Reddit, they tend to think that I play the game at that level.
Okay.
Because I am doing all this math and I'm like calculating things and I'm like, oh, that's not efficient, and you have to do this to do that, and then you can maximize your time. But I could never be in a guild like that. Like I try to find ways to automate everything that I do. Like I don't give a shit about territory wars. I don't
You
give
do
a
more
shit
than
about
I do, then I just deploy
JC.
like half the time. GAC I've
That's
missed like a lot recently.
you gotta then just turtle. I turtle. I throw all my GLs on defense,
I
and I good
the
luck.
worst the worst part is I haven't touched my defense but then I'll just forget to attack.
I've
Like
done that. I
I've done
forgot to
that a
join a
lot
few
recently.
times
I've done that with my OG account this whole last season,
the whole season.
I think. But
I,
yeah,
I
burnout, definitely burnout. That's why I dropped down.
I think I'm so regimented. I don't know what I'll do. I mean, eventually we understand this game's gonna be gone at some point, right? I
Yeah,
don't know, a year, 10 years, 5 years, 20 years. I have no idea, but eventually.
yeah.
Um, I'm so regimented to it that I don't know what I'll do with all of my time. Like I wake up at 5:45 in the morning and the first thing I do is, all right, I gotta do my dailies. And then I take a shower and my cat likes to sit on my lap after a shower and
Mhm.
she'll sit on my lap and I'll go, okay, I gotta do like my TV battles now. And then I'll get to work and then that's when the store refreshes. So right as I pull into my parking spot, I'm like, all right, I gotta get like my stuff from my store refresh. I
Jeez.
have no idea what I'm going to do when that eventually happens and there's like 2 hours left in my day every day. Like I might get fit, I might learn a new language,
Oh my God.
right? Like there'll be so much time. I don't,
I mean, even just dropping out of the gauntlet, like from that level of play and going down to just a more relaxed, but still like relatively high level guild was huge. Like, I'm sure people can figure out like everything that goes into like those kind of guilds, but it's a lot.
yeah.
Like, I'm definitely am not the best player at the game. Definitely, probably not the best like 1,000 players in the game. But the gauntlet, it's just you got to be committed to it.
Hmm.
So once you take that out of the equation, it frees up a lot of time because there's so much that goes into it between like TW, TB. It's crazy.
That I like Territory Wars when they redid Territory Wars and it went from what like you on average you would deploy maybe 4 or 5 teams
Yeah,
and you were committed to attacking 5 or 6 times and if everybody did that you full clear the board.
yeah.
And now you have to do like 12 to 15 battles and I'm like I don't have time for it. I don't care. There's a wall of 50 Jabbas, wonderful. Like I if we lose, we lose. I'm gonna get my one droid brain. It's my free droid brain day, and I don't care. And I'm gonna let my TW offers rage quit over it, while I go to the movies or have a drink or do literally anything else other than Territory Wars.
Yeah. And then it's like they only have one counter open. So it's like you're
That
stuck waiting anyway.
well, that's I think my major complaint with Territory Wars. And I was talking to someone else about this recently. Is when I do Rise of the Empire, I just do all my battles right away.
Yeah.
I don't even wait for platoons. I know the teams that work. I know the teams that don't work. I just send them in while I'm doing work. Territory Wars, you have to be on call all day
Oh yeah.
because
Hmm.
you do your one battle or your two battles. All right, now I got to wait for the next wall. Oh shit, the next wall's up. Right now I got to do my one or two battles. I don't, I don't have time for that shit.
Are you in a guild that like will send you messages like, hey, you gotta get your battle in?
So I am an officer in my guild, but I
Okay.
do territory battles and recruiting, which has
Okay.
also become a pain in the ass since Rise of the Empire came out. Um, our territory wars officer, who may or may not listen to this, but fuck you, Yak, I don't care. Uh, we have like this little group chat and he will like rage at me or someone else, like, get your fucking attack in. Like, I don't have time for this shit. And calm down. We're not a TW guild. Like we're gonna win or we either win it easy or we lose it hard. Like it's
That's pretty much guild I'm in right now. Yep, that's
yeah.
exactly how we are.
There's no close calls. It's
No,
either you completely annihilate them, or you don't. And it is what it is.
get your ass kicked real good. Yeah, that's
Those
about
are
it.
my favorite because I don't have to do anything. I go, oh, you know what? Look, they're 60 million above us.
We're
They're
not getting through this
clearly
wall.
they're clearly a territory wars guild. Like I don't. I'm gonna do a battle. I'm gonna throw it. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I think a lot of people are getting to that point though.
I I it's almost like I think a lot of people are, and I think that CG is kind of realizing that a little bit,
Hmm.
and they're toying with ways to make sure that they're still making their money, but also lightening up our load. Like I don't know how invested you are in this conquest that's currently going on.
I unlock all the characters at least on the bigger account all the
Okay,
time.
so
The
that you're
other one I
still
don't even join.
pretty
I don't even
so
do conquest on the other one.
so that's the one. All right, so I do too, and I've so far I found this to be like the easiest one that I've done in the last year and a half.
Yeah, I was gonna say like this one, at least where I'm at now, it doesn't seem bad at all.
I have been tracking them since the first one, and the first one, you could do it in like 90 to 100 battles, the red grape.
Hmm.
And it would get to like 120. And I pride myself on being pretty efficient
Yeah.
and finding the efficiency. It went to like 120 to 160. The last couple, I think it took me between 250 to 270 battles to hit red grape.
Hmm.
Um, I think this one I'm probably going to be under 180. Like it's easy. And I think that CG is kind of acknowledging that and they're trying to find that fine balance of, hey, give me your money, but also let's tone down the time because people are getting discouraged.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially what was that one conquest where it really discouraged? Was that Mall?
Uh,
Was that the one that really discouraged people?
no, there was oh no, that was the one it was this year, not this year. It was last year, right?
No, it was after Cat and all that because Cats was
Well, yeah,
fun.
okay, so
It was
Mall was
early.
more. Mall was a harder one, and
Yeah.
people got annoyed.
Yeah.
But then you had the Malicos one where they tried to fuck us
Was that the one?
and like up the difficulty on everything, and people couldn't
Yes.
even beat the bosses, and they had to tone it back down.
Yes. Yes.
That was Malicos, and everybody flipped a shit. And I know like even Bit Dynasty like stopped making guides. He was like, I'm not doing it until we figure out what's going on. And
Yeah.
everybody was in an uproar.
Well, it's like if you look at a lot of the recent stuff, anyways, like other than Conquest, it's like the Bo Katan event, I don't think turned out the way that they were hoping either. Because how many times does that come around and how many bows are
Every
there
month.
actually in game?
Yeah.
Not many.
I
Not
still
as
don't did,
many.
did you unlock her?
No, I gotta
No.
finish farming Kellern.
I was doing refreshes on them and then Jar Jar was announced and I stopped. I was like, I gotta save my crystals. I
Uh
don't even I completely stopped. I would have her unlocked by now if he wasn't announced, and I just don't care.
yeah, I just farm everything like when they become available. I don't buy the packs or anything. I'm just like I'll get them at some point. I'm not in a rush.
Are you completely free to play or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm finding a lot of content creators are, other than like the super, super huge
Really?
ones, like the really big names, like obviously Arnold's not like
No.
that's like his business, right? But like
Yeah.
I've talked to a bunch of people, and a lot of them, I talked to Calvin Awesome a month ago, like he doesn't spend any money.
Yep, he's
Um,
free.
I,
Yep.
I talked to Fat Phil 2 weeks ago, like he doesn't spend any money. Um, Sarah, I think she spends money.
I
I don't
know
think
she
I
at
asked
least gets
her.
the conquest pass, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
I
know
think she
about
does
beyond
from
that.
her like conversations with Pico, but I'm finding a lot of people don't spend anything, and I was kind of surprised, um, expecting like more because you make your business account and you expense it, and you're like, oh, this goes towards whatever. Um,
But
I
like here's
I
my thing. I don't have an issue at spending money.
mhm,
Like I also play The Sims. I have no
okay,
issues buying an expansion pack like
all of
when
the
it
packs, yeah,
drops. Yeah, I don't have an issue with that because it's replayable content.
hmm
The in-game stuff, I just look at and I'm like, that's a lot of money for
for nothing, for it to be
yeah,
gone.
whatever it is. Yeah, like when I was doing filling in for Sarah doing crate with Zareth, he would look at the packs and I'm like, people actually pay for this? Like, that's crazy.
A lot of money. A
Yeah.
lot of money.
I'm like, that
Um,
will just take me a couple days to get on my own. Like, I'll get it. It's not going to be immediate, but it's not hard to get.
yeah, yeah. I for me, it's about my time being respected.
Yeah.
I I I I don't have a problem with microtransactions. I mean, in theory, I guess I do, but they're here to stay. I'm not going to argue that point. They're here. Like I'm going
Yeah.
to engage with them. I like to support developers if I like the game.
Yeah.
So I'll drop like I'll play a mobile game for a week and I'll still buy a $10 thing just to be like, hey, this was a cool game. I know I'm going to quit this, but I don't care.
Hmm.
But when I know, like, so last Monday, Conquest starts, TB starts, I have to do my GAC battles, right? It's like a 3 hour, 4 hour day. I feel like my time is not respected. And I'm like, "Ugh, I don't fucking care. Like, I don't want to give you my $30 because you're not going to appreciate me as a player.
Yeah.
I don't care what's in the pack.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's like a 5 minute thing, a 10 minute, whatever it is. But it's more about like if you show me that you respect me as a player, you could sell me anything.
Yeah. That makes sense. I feel like if anything, I would do the conquest pass, but then it's like I still gotta do it anyway. And like
If for
conquest for
$10
me,
you could just not do Conquest, I'd do it.
I would do that, but like I still like my conquest nights, like when I'm doing conquest, I literally turn on a movie and it takes me the whole entire movie to get through all the battles. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like if I
So,
paid $10 and it bought me
and it's
like,
gone.
yeah, I would I would easily do that.
So I'm a very light sleeper. I don't sleep very well.
Mhm.
My wife's a very heavy sleeper. She loves her sleep. She could take a 3 hour nap today and 2 hours later be like, okay, I'm ready for bed. Like, let's go. I'll wake up at 5:45 in the morning and I don't want to get out of bed yet, but I want to do my conquest. So I have to like take pillows and like separate us so that she doesn't see this phone screen.
Oh
Because if she sees
geez.
the phone screen, she'll wake up, be like, turn that fucking thing off. It's too bright. And it will. It'll take me like an hour to 2 hours sitting in bed just trying to like get this done.
Yeah,
To
it's
do like the
crazy.
same battles over and over and over and over again.
That's the part that annoys me more than anything is like the repetitiveness of a lot of battles.
Yeah.
But it did get cut down this time. There's
Yes.
like only
There's only
one
140.
that's 40 and it's Galactic Republic, which you can do multiple different teams with. It was
Yeah.
like the other ones. I was like, I
There
gotta.
was one, it might have been the mall one where, or maybe it was Malgus. I don't remember which one, but it was, I think, First Order and like Old Republic or something.
Mhm.
And I needed both of them.
Yeah.
And it was just this pain in the ass of every 4 hours for 10 days having to do these two stupid battles on the
Yep.
same stupid node because my teams weren't strong, like just over and over and over again. And there's like when Conquest ends, right, is like maybe day 6 or 7. And then day 7 to 11 is just doing that's like, oh, I have to finish this stupid feat and I have to hit this battle
Yeah.
like every couple hours. And it's a
Yeah.
pain in my ass. I hate it.
I think one wasn't Ewoks at it's like Ewoks or something at one point was like 40 battles and I'd like have to time it like whatever it was where I had one team for it and it was a crappy team to begin with I would have to time it like all right, let me do one in the morning. Let's see how they're looking at lunchtime. Maybe I'll do like
Hmm.
one there and then like one at night. I'm like this is if I'm on
Yeah.
a schedule, I don't like it.
And you have to start it right away because
Oh
it
yeah,
takes
or
you
you'll
10
miss.
days to do that
Yeah,
or you
it's
can't get
crazy.
it.
Yeah. You miss like one day, you're like, oh man, how am I
You're
gonna
screwed.
make up that time? Yeah.
You're
Oh yeah.
screwed. Like I haven't even started my light side Mandalorians battles yet, and I'm like, great. Like after I finish everything, I'm just gonna have to do that one over and over and over
I don't
and
find that
over
one that bad, but I mean, it all depends on what teams you
on
have.
what you have. Mine are not
Yeah.
super built. They're built enough where I'll be able to do it, but not
Yeah.
built enough where I have anything. Um, how far are have you gotten to Sector 3 yet? Have you done the boss?
I'm in sector 3. I didn't do the boss battle. That was supposed to be what I did tonight, and I didn't.
Okay. So the
Is that
reason I
what
had
people
asked,
aren't getting through?
no, so people are getting through it. I mean, I got through it very easily. People are getting through it, but the reason I had asked is we know that we have this Gungan raid coming up, and we know that it's going to be like B1s and droids, and I'm pretty sure that the Sector 3 boss is basically just a beta test of the raid. Um, and I mean, it's boring. It's the speeder bike raid. It's quick. It's nothing special about it. No interesting mechanics about it. Um, I guess you'll find out about it tomorrow.
I'll
I'm
probably
hyping
do
up
it
something.
tonight. I'll do it tonight. I gotta get it done.
It's I've done it twice now. I mean, you can get plenty of kills. Those 600 kills are not difficult. It's just going to be doing it over and over and over and over and over again.
Like how many kills are you getting in one battle?
SLKR, I can do like 130 to 150.
Okay.
I think that's one of the only teams that I'm aware of right now that can do that many. I know a lot of people are struggling to get to 60 with other teams.
Okay.
I think JML doesn't do very well from what I've heard. Someone on my Discord today was saying GG got them like 35. Uh,
Yes.
but with SLKR is like ramping damage, it makes it a little easier. So that's my tip for you. Do it that way and just get it out of the way.
I yeah, don't look forward to that. But
It's quick, but it's also not very interesting or exciting. And those 130 battles or kills is over 10 minutes. So if the raid is anything like that, instead of this 60-second speeder bike raid, it's going to be much slower and much steadier. Um,
hope
but
it's
not to
not
depress you.
slower. Hope it's not slower. Like, how many times recently with that raid, the speeder bike raid, I've like not purposely waited until like the last like 15 minutes and got like all my battles in then.
Just done.
Yeah.
I do them right away because I'll forget.
See, I am horrible at noticing when it starts.
Okay.
So, like, if I didn't get Discord notifications of you're missing your tickets, you didn't deploy, you
You
didn't do
wouldn't.
your raid, I'd be screwed. I'd be so screwed.
I'm so regimented to it. But it's kind of the same. Like if I don't do it, when I log into game and I get that message that says, oh, hey, the raid has started. If I don't do it then because I saw that message, I would be in the same boat.
See, I don't read the messages. I just click.
Just delete it. It's gone. Who cares? Fuck it. I only do my Leia battle on manual. Everything else I just auto. I don't care. I I tried to do it on a stream once and I got motion sick. Like I was like, oh, this is not that.
Really?
Oh, actually, never mind. It is. I'm starting to get dizzy. So I don't.
I mean, I know a lot of people do it on auto, but I don't get motion sick from it, so it's like I just click all the buttons that aren't jam. It's about
Do you
it.
get motion sick at all?
No.
No. God. My wife and I, we go to the city a lot. We're right by New York City.
Okay.
And we'll take the bus. And I'll have to take a Dramamine beforehand every single time without fail. Like an hour beforehand, I take a Dramamine. I'll pass out on the bus and I'll be
Jeez.
up. I can't. It, it is what it is.
So you're not like a roller coaster person or anything?
Never. I don't do roller coasters. I don't do heights. I don't even that like I was talking about this today with somebody. That stupid ride at amusement parks that goes like the pirate ship thing.
Okay,
You know
yeah.
about? I
Uh-huh.
won't do that. My feet stay firmly on the ground. I'll fly. That's fine. That doesn't bother me. But other than that, I'll never, never
I
ever.
purposely went to Cedar Point in Ohio
Okay.
because it's like has tons of roller coasters. It's
So
so
you're
much
much
fun.
braver than I am.
I don't know about braver, just
Yeah.
uh
Yeah. Have you done like King Dakar, that big one that's
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and
Top
you're
Thrill
fine.
Dragster. Yeah.
Oh
The
God.
only thing you got to worry about, the only thing that makes me a little bit nervous with them is there's times where it gets stuck at the top
No,
and it could
yes.
like roll back down. I don't know how I would handle that. I might be like, get me off of this right now. Or I could be like, oh, okay, that wasn't that bad. I don't know what, but I don't
Oh
want to
God.
find out.
I've done I went to Universal and I did like Jurassic Park, which is not it's 20 feet. Like it's not big. And even that incline going up, I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna
The
die. Oh
water
God.
ride or the new Velociraptor
No,
coaster?
the old one, the water ride, the old one.
Okay,
I didn't
yeah.
even know there was a new one. I haven't been in
There's a
years.
new Velociraptor coaster. Yeah,
Yeah,
looks pretty cool.
I wouldn't know. I don't. I'll do haunted houses. We've gone to Halloween Horror Nights. I'll go
Oh,
to
yep.
those.
We do them every
Um,
year. Me and my cousins, we go every year.
to Halloween Horror Nights.
Yep.
My friend, we as a group, my friends do it every year, and I haven't done it in a few years. But like, I love horror movies, so it's cool to see the houses and be like, oh, that's like the Evil Dead house, or like, oh, Walking Dead. Like that's something that I watched.
Yeah.
Uh, my friend is deathly terrified of clowns, so anytime there's clowns in them, I'm like, oh, this is great. Like, this is
Oh man.
lovely.
I got a great story for you then about like the first time we ever went to Halloween
Okay,
Horror
yeah.
Nights. So I go with my two cousins and I had to be like 20-ish, 21 at the time. So they're like younger. They're like, I don't even know, 15, 13, something like that. Never been to any kind of like never did a hayride, never did a haunted
Okay.
house, never did anything. This is their first time. So like we're on a big family trip and my dad's like, all right, I don't really trust you with them because you're probably going to scare them. So I'm going to go with you. So the four of us are like literally walking into Halloween Horror Nights. And the first scare zone is like this alien scare zone.
Hmm.
So the younger of the two is like walking up kind of towards my dad. And like me and the other one are back a little bit. And this alien comes at me. I'm like, go get her. And I point to my cousin. And she's like 6 foot tall. Like we're short compared to her. And she screams when this alien comes and gets her, jumps on my dad's back, and then he's like texting his sister, like, your daughter's already screaming in my ear. But then the one who was next to me, terrified of clowns, she's like, the one thing I don't want to see are clowns and chainsaws. We take like the
Which
bridge over to Krusty Land. A clown with a chainsaw comes after her and puts the chainsaw in between her legs. I'm like, this girl's gonna pee her pants right now. Like, she like turned white, like so pale. I'm like, are you okay? She was
if
done.
if you go to a horror thing and you don't see something with a chainsaw, like
Mm-hmm.
that, I feel like is like the biggest trope of a haunted house is somebody chases you with a chainsaw.
Oh, she's learned now that if you go on the sidewalks, you're safe. So when she hears the
Yeah.
chainsaw, she runs to the sidewalk. I'm
I
like,
didn't know that.
really? Yeah,
Huh.
sidewalks are safe.
Okay. I
Or
mean, I
they're
guess that makes
supposed to
sense.
be. But like we've had times where like the chainsaw person saw her run, so they would just like tease her over at the sidewalk with the chainsaw.
They just kind of wait and
Yeah.
and sit there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
When I first met my wife, um we were supposed to go to Halloween Horror Nights and Hurricane Matthew hit.
Okay.
So we weren't able to fly down. And it wasn't just us. It was me and my friend group and she was coming along with us and we had maybe been dating for like 2 months at this point.
Okay.
And she was like, "Oh yeah, like I love horror movies, like they're great." She had never been to a haunted house either. But she's like, "I'm so down, like I'm ready for this." So we didn't get to go to Halloween Horror Nights, but we did do a bunch of local horror things. And we did like this haunted corn maze.
Okay.
And there was one of those chainsaw guys. And it was her and this other girl who she met through the trip. And the other girl had like tripped and fallen over a tree branch.
No.
And my wife had like stopped to help her and started running after that. And after we got out of this corn maze, like I could see like she was like dripping with sweat. Not from running, just from being terrified,
Yeah.
like terrified.
Yeah.
We've never been to one since. She she refuses to go.
Aw.
Refuses.
Just like corn mazes or just
No, like
haunted
horror.
house,
Like
everything.
we still watch horror movies. We go to the movies every weekend. Yeah, so we'll still see them, but she will not go to any haunted anything ever.
See, me and
It's
my husband, like, we're like, all right, October, September, what are the Halloween stuff near us? We're those kind of
and
people.
just and do the whole thing. Do
Oh
you
yeah.
decorate like outside the house and do you
Um,
have the 30-foot skeleton from Home
no.
Depot? No.
No, we don't have the 30-foot skeleton. No.
All of my
No.
neighbors have them. Not all of them. There's a bunch of them that have them. We just bought the house, so we don't have stuff or money.
Okay.
Um, so we're slowly trying to build up our decoration budget, I guess, or so we can be the cool house eventually. Five
You
years,
just
10
just
years.
buy the decorations like right after season when they go on sale.
You know, that's what I said to her.
That's what we did.
That's what I say to her, but she will say to me, and this is she's all into like the girl math thing, right? Like the TikTok trend of like math that doesn't make
Okay.
sense.
Okay.
She's totally into that. So like for her, like that doesn't make sense. She needs it now. Like, why would I buy it after Halloween if then I can't put it out for 365 days? I'm like, but then we could buy five things instead of one thing.
Yeah.
It's a losing battle. So I just let
No,
her,
I I get it.
so I
Happy
just let her
wife,
do what she
happy life.
wants.
You're better off.
Look, you said it, so I can't get canceled. Okay. That's it. You said it. You heard it here. It came from her mouth. I was quiet. Um, that's it. So that I don't get canceled, uh, which is impossible since I who's going to cancel me. So you play The Sims, which is a game that's been out for a decade, 12 years. I don't remember. I
Long
used to play
time.
it.
Yeah.
Are do you know, you have like your gamers that have been playing games for like ever, and then you have like your gamers that like got into like mobile gaming and they're into a very specific style of gaming. Do you consider yourself like a gamer or like, oh, like
No.
I kind of play sometimes? No.
No, I actually really don't consider myself much of a gamer at all.
No, just The
Well,
Sims and Star Wars.
Sims, Star Wars, and then like occasionally with like RSG when they actually are playing other games like Finn and
Hmm.
Grim and all them.
So like the kind of
Um,
casual, like for with friends kind of thing.
yeah, like we play
Okay.
Phasmo, which you probably hate because it's a scary game.
I
But
can't play scary games either.
oh
I've tried.
God,
I can't.
we
No.
do Phasmo, Ghost Exorcism. There's a couple that like
Okay.
we do a lot of scary games like over there, but it's all like we haven't played them in months. Like we're
It's
not
hard as you get
we're
older,
not
right? Like it's
religiously playing them. Yeah. And even Sims, I could go months without playing,
hmm.
or I could play like 3 times this week, and that's a lot for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
But like mobile game wise, this is like the only mobile
Only one.
game I've ever like held on to for any length of time. Like I tried, I even forget what it was called, the Disney one,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about because I played it for like a month
the
too.
DSA. Yeah, I played it for a couple months, but
Hmm.
I don't know. I think the big reason I stuck with this game was because me and my dad played together. So it was like
Yeah.
a huge thing for us. And like we still talk about it. Like he was actually just, I just saw him earlier and he was just telling me about how he was working on the Cal event. And then I guess Leviathan's around because he was working on that. He's like, I can't figure
Yeah.
out this tier. I was like, oh, okay.
I've
So
actually stopped doing like the fleet ones. I don't even do anymore. I don't even
yeah,
care
if I see
about
him,
the
I do him.
ships.
But if not, it's not a big deal.
Leviathan, I think you can auto, but like if I can't auto it, I'm not spending my time on it.
Oh, Leviathan, I know you can auto because when I unlocked it, I could only go up to level 85 and I could only upgrade the basic. And I autoed it and still
Oh,
couldn't
with
beat
just
it.
the basic.
Yes.
See, that's funny to me because when JMK came out and his event notoriously was much easier than like Ray and SLKR and C and JML,
Mhm.
I got him, I unlocked him, I unlocked his ult, and then I tried to fail his event. Like I went through every instance to try and fail. Like I took mods off of everybody.
Didn't
I
fail.
auto basicked. I like attacked the wrong guys because like they sacrifice and then give their stats,
Oh,
and I
jeez.
literally could not lose this event. And some people were losing, and I was like, I don't understand how because I'm literally trying to lose and it's not working.
Oh my God.
So I mean, going back to like gaming and everything, I get it. Like I would have 5 years ago, I would have considered myself a gamer. Now this literally is the only game I play. My friends and I, like when we play games, it might be once every other month. We'll play like board games. We'll go on Steam. We'll play like
Okay.
Ticket to Ride or like
I love that
Catan.
game.
Do you?
Oh,
Do you
they're
have it
so
on
much fun.
Steam? You could come play with us. It'll be fun.
I don't have it on Steam. I've only
Oh,
played like
the
I didn't
real
even
game.
know it was on Steam.
There was like a Humble Bundle one time that had like 30 board games. So now in the last
Oh,
like 5 years, the only games I've played are like board games.
really?
So when people
I
are like,
didn't
"Oh,
even
this
know that.
game came out," I'm like, okay, I don't know.
Me and
I'm
my
out of the
husband,
loop.
like, we love board games. We like play them a lot.
Okay, what kind of board? Like American board games, European board games?
Oh God, we don't
Um,
go all into like that. Like, we're just like, oh, this looks cool. Let's
well, I
play
guess what I mean is
this.
like Monopoly
We do
or like
Monopoly. Like, we
okay,
were with his friends one time, but like, we have this store near us. Like, we found Cheaters Monopoly.
okay, and you're
So
like
we were
allowed to
playing,
cheat.
yeah, you get like passes to cheat. I forget the whole, we only played that once, but it was like
Okay,
interesting. So
okay,
it's just like stuff like that. We're like, oh, we found this game. Let's try it out.
just try it out. Okay.
Yeah.
When my friend lived in the city, we had the same thing. There was like a board game store, and we would just pick up like random crap.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Game of Thrones has a game. Let's try it. It's not good,
Tried that.
you know.
It's not that great.
No, I'm the rules guy, so like if we're playing a board game, they'll hand me the rule book
Hmm.
and they'll go, all right, while we're setting it up, you figure out what we're doing. And I think it took me 4 hours to read this stupid rule book, and the game was
Have you
not
ever
very
played
fun.
Betrayal at the House on the Hill?
No, isn't that that's like a legacy style game, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. You're just building a haunted house. That's all I know. It's like
So
you build a haunted
yeah,
house
yeah,
and then like at
I've
some
heard of
point the
it.
haunt starts and like one person becomes like the bad guy. So like you have to go off and read your own story and the other people, the hero, I forget what they're called, but you all work together. It's a lot of fun if you
It
have
is.
like a good group of people.
Yeah, that's the problem is getting people together now, right? Like
Yeah.
as you get older, like I
Oh no,
I'm
I get it.
constantly
We're like planning a dinner with like actually one of my bridesmaids. It took us a month to plan dinner.
mhm.
It's yeah, so I get it.
My best friend, I called him 2 weeks ago and he's like, hey, we have to hang out. And I think the last time I saw him, our birthday is the same day.
Mm-hmm.
So we do like a steak dinner every year, just me and him. I think the last time I saw him was on our birthday in August.
Yeah, it happens.
Like it's just it's fucking life. We're getting old.
Yeah, it happens. So
Okay, so I don't want to take up too much more of your time.
you're fine.
It's getting very hot in this room. I try to keep things. I like I said to you earlier. I listen to a lot of things, like 2, 3, 4 hours long, and I roll my eyes sometimes. I'm like, what the fuck? Um, I want to leave you, unless you have something for me. I want to leave you with any last thoughts, any fuck yous to CG, this is uncensored. I don't care what you say, unless it's like, I don't know,
I
some
mean,
like crazy racist rant.
I've always been the type, I've never really said too many bad things about CG. I look at it as we're playing a game. Like if you don't like it, stop playing.
Okay.
Like
I
that's
mean, that's
kind of just
fair.
how I've always looked at it. So I've really never, I mean, somebody will probably go back and be like, well, you said this, but
Don't you love when that happens? And like 3 years later, somebody had said something to me, and like 3 years later, like, well, you made this comment 3 years ago.
yeah,
I was a
like
different
I don't
person 3 years
remember.
ago. Like
Yeah.
I don't remember saying that. Sure, I've learned since then.
Yeah, no, I just look at it as like if you're not enjoying the game, if you have bad things to consistently say about the game, like maybe it's time to retire and go do something else. But
You're telling me to quit.
If you want,
No.
go for it.
Okay. All right. That's fine. So unless you have a super racist rant for me, something that's going to get you canceled, get me canceled, get this taken off of YouTube, get some kind of like copyright strike on there. Really, I just want to thank you for your time. I know your time is valuable. I know you got a lot on in life. Everybody's got a lot going on in life. So anytime I can get an hour from somebody, I appreciate it. My goal here is just to like get people to see that there's people behind the screens and have that human connection.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we covered everything from the game to like just a ton of random stuff outside the game too. So
Okay. All right. So you heard it here first. I don't know what it was for the three people listening. Good night.